Hi, this is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
This is Megan with Believe in the Run.
We're here today to talk about...
Do you forget what we're talking about?
Yeah,
the Nike.
no, hold on.
Okay.
Hi, this is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
This is Megan with Believe in the Run.
And today we're talking about, Megan?
The Nike Vomero 17.
Yeah, no Zoom Air, no Air Zoom in that name.
None of it.
Megan, what's this shoe about? 'Cause this is actually my first time running in this shoe. Have you run in the Vomero before? I'm guessing you have.
I have.
It's weird that I haven't before. But.
I mean, this is basically the daily trainer, but slightly more premium than the Pegasus.
Like a little more built up.
Yeah.
More of everything all around.
You get a little bit more fancy foams in this one, a little bit, you know, nicer materials.
It's not quite like the max cushion shoe, but it kind of is.
I mean,
there's more comfort, more everything.
It's got almost 40 millimeters of stack, so it's pretty max.
Yeah, but I'd say like, so there's the Invincible,
yeah,
which is a little bit more softer and bouncier, but yeah, more premium version of the Pegasus, I guess.
Yeah, for everyday, easy running, you know, longer runs, just your do-it-all trainer. This upper is an engineered mesh, completely redesigned from the previous iteration. It's nice and comfortable. There's some overlays here, but otherwise it's fairly simple.
I guess it is a little more built up than maybe the Pegasus. The tongue here is real thick and offers a lot of cushion. You got some little pillow up here to protect from the laces. Yeah, it's not a gusset so much as it's like a internal booty that you got in there. I felt like the fit was a lot like the Pegasus in my mind. Like if you're familiar with the Nike fit, you're probably gonna know what I'm talking about.
I do feel like this one felt a little bit wider than some of other Nike shoes. Like Nike shoes just tend to be narrow in general. This one, I felt like I have a little bit of a wider foot, and this one felt pretty accommodating.
What about this little flag back
I don't
here?
understand. What is why?
I think so they did that with the Ultrafly, their trail shoe. They did a little flag back there, so I don't know.
Like a spoiler?
I guess it's just like I think it just looks, yeah, it's just
a race car
design element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what these look cool on? Nothing.
Nothing. On the run, I had some issues, which I'm gonna say was half my fault, half not my fault maybe. I did get a blister behind my big toe. Now I think I needed to work on the lockdown because I kind of just threw them on. I did a 4-mile run, then I did like a 20-mile long run in these. I had some movement in there. I readjusted halfway through and that seemed to help, but I did get a blister. Now I did get a blister on the side of my foot, like right here. I had low cut socks, and that really, over the course of like 7 miles, lo and behold, I thought I had a piece of glass in my ankle.
So 2 blisters, 1 run.
So I'd say half of that might be my fault.
Yeah, I didn't do any super long runs in this shoe. I maxed out at 12 miles, which I guess is still a long run, but no blisters for me, so.
Okay, now moving on to the midsole. This is an entirely new midsole, kind of interesting. What do we got here?
So you've got 2 different foams. You have the ZoomX on top and then the Cushlon 3.0 on the bottom. They removed the air unit from the previous one, so it's a little bit more simplified. I mean, the ride in general I thought felt pretty good. I always love some ZoomX.
It feels like kind of a better Pegasus, I guess.
Yeah, it's basically what I wanted the Peg to feel like.
Yeah.
This is nice.
So I think they did a really good job with that. The ZoomX layer on top is nice. Feels like you get a little bit more bounce, a little more protection in the forefoot. You know, something that the Pegasus kind of had some issues with. It's a pretty decent stack height.
Yeah, so 39.5 in the heel, 30 in the forefoot. They're saying 10 millimeter drop, so we'll go with that.
Again, it does provide a lot of comfort and just responsiveness, kind of that middle range of both keeping your foot comfortable, but also being able to just feel like a good running shoe. For my long run, we were doing some marathon pace efforts, like a 2 miles on with when I was running with Thomas. It was able to kind of keep up. I mean, it was a little heavier, you know, for doing faster paces, but I was surprised that I could kind of, you know, keep up, feel relatively comfortable in the shoe. So yeah, and again with the midsole, the ZoomX layer is really nice and bouncy. Like if you've worn the race day shoes, you know what I'm talking about. When we first saw or heard about the Vomero, I think we all thought it might be the rebirth of the Peg Turbo. I don't think it is, but how would you compare the ride to either the Peg Turbo or maybe some React midsoles?
I just feel like this Cushlon on the bottom makes this feel more durable, more like a daily trainer. It takes some of that like bouncy race day shoe vibe out of it, almost in a good way, because you kind of want that like sturdy trainer for everyday running.
That's what I actually like about the shoe more than the Invincible, is that you get a ZoomX feel when you first land, but you don't have that unstable feeling where it's all over the place. So I think it's a good balance of both those worlds. You get the nice energy return from the ZoomX, that feeling that you love, but then you get that more responsive feel from the Cushlon. With Nike, I think it's one of my more favorite rides in recent memory.
Yeah, we were just talking about favorite daily trainer from Nike right now, and I think honestly it would probably be this shoe.
Because we tried the Infinity Run 4. We tried this recently, which is kind of a big overhaul from the last version. This is pretty heavy shoe.
Yeah.
The React X does feel good. It's pretty soft though. And again, I just feel like this does what what you want, what I want in a shoe.
Yeah, it definitely feels a bit more responsive than the RN, and it's just a nice trainer. The one thing we didn't talk about yet is this outsole, which is kind of very aggressive for a road shoe. Like it almost looks like you've got some lugs here for the trail.
Yeah, in fact, you could probably double down on it as a trail shoe if you really need to, which the Pegasus is always kind of like that. If you want maybe a higher stack, road to trail, light trail shoe.
There you go.
You could go with the Vomero.
This is kind of right in middle ground area in terms of weight. My women's size 7.5 came in at 8.5 ounces or 241 grams. For a daily trainer is, like I'm saying, pretty average, maybe a little bit on the heavier side, but not noticeable out on the run.
Yeah, and my men's 7.5 came in at 9.2 ounces, 261 grams. So that was like 10, 15 grams more than the Pegasus. So not completely ridiculous, about 0.3 ounces more. Overall, this is a good, just solid daily trainer. I think it's a step above the Pegasus. Price point's also a step above.
Yeah, so this one's gonna come in at $160. It's coming out in fall of 2023, so we don't have an exact date for you, but sometime soon.
Overall, so what are you giving this, Meg? Do we have the remote on? I mean, we don't do a remote, it's just magic.
This ball just works when we want it to.
Yeah, we just say colors and it changes.
I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a green.
I'm with you. It's a green shoe for me.
I rarely pick up the same shoe day after day just because, we have so many to review and just in the rotation, but I found myself lacing this one up for like the past 5 days in a row.
Yeah, wow.
So yeah, I know it's a sign of a good shoe.
And again, I think this shoe is probably going to get you a ton of miles too.
Oh yeah.
Like if you're looking for a shoe that really eats up, 300, 400, maybe even more than that for marathon training or whatever, I think this would be a good pick, definitely. Yeah. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you follow us on all our other channels, Instagram. Obviously, subscribe and like this video. Sign up for our email list in the description. Listen to our podcast, The Drop and Fuel for the Soul. And good luck in all your fall races coming up. So, all right, thanks for watching.